a rear delt program. I'm not going to do them in order. I'm going to show you how to work on your shoulders, and this is a 7 to 12 week program, or 7 to 14 weeks, depending on how you want to do it. You can go 2 weeks at a time for increases, or you can do every week you can increase. But you're going to increase by sets and reps, not so much weights, because in the beginning you don't have a lot of weight that you can vary between before it gets to be painful for the shoulders. So this is for beginners. If you're a beginner and you really can't do the reps that I'm telling you to do, go lighter, okay? If you can't do it in a good form and do the same amount of reps as me, you need to go lighter. But we're gonna first start off with rear delts. And the reason why we start off with the rear delts is because normally that's the muscle that everybody needs to work on. If you look at mine, they are also lacking. You want that big cap right in the back, and then that's going to create the full round shoulder, okay? If you do a lot of pressing work and a lot of bent rows, then you're probably got some decent shoulders already, and mostly you'll have to work on is side lateral raises. But for today, we're going to work on rear delts, then it's going to be side delts, then it's going to be front delts. And we're going to do a lot less front delt because most people either do push-ups or pressing work, and that takes care of the front shoulders most of the time. Okay, so here we go. I've got 3 weights to work with in the beginning. We've got a 3 pound, a 5 pound, and an 8 pound. And pretty much for beginners, this is where you're going to start. Most people, smaller and women, can start with the 3 pound, and it actually can work in the beginning. If the 5 pound hurts or pinches or causes any pain or discomfort whatsoever. I tend to go, I started with the 5 pound, and now I'm at like 16s and 17 pounds and stuff like that. So it does progress, it takes time, and you really have to spam the shit out of these exercises. The routine is only for 3 days a week, but if you can do every other day with a rotating schedule where you go A, then B, then A, then B, and then so on, then you can pretty much get a lot of volume out of your shoulders because they recover fast and they're a very small muscle. So we're going to use small weights, and we're going to start slow. We're going to use high reps, and we're really looking forward. What we're really looking for is a nice weight that goes with the rep range, so that you know for sure you're going to failure. Here's the key: you have to reach failure on at least a few of your reps. I mean, a few of your sets. You got to reach failure on a few of your sets. Because if you never reach failure, preferably the last one, but you can, some people like to go on the last one for failure. I say that you're a lot more tired on that one, so it's harder to tell if you're in failure. So it's good to go to failure somewhere around the 2nd to 3rd set. And then after that, you're probably going to want to lower some weights or do some less reps, or do some more reps with a lighter weight. So first things first, you can warm it up. I don't do this shit. Okay, for warm-ups, we're gonna do the exercise that we normally do. So for rear delts, you're gonna lay on your side, find a bench that you feel comfortable with, maybe something that you can grab onto like this, and then you're gonna let your arm drop all the way down across. Notice how my rear delt now is in a stretched position, and then you're gonna think down, you're gonna reach down, and you're gonna come out, all the way out. Don't just do this, okay? You want to reach across, stretch your shoulder across, and then reach out in front of you as far as you can, and then come up and contract the arm, contract just this muscle. None of this shit. This is for rowing, okay? This is just your shoulder. So let it come all the way across the body, and then come all the way out, and then come up. You're gonna feel it contract, and it's gonna be hard. It's gonna get harder at the top, okay? Because it's already hard at the bottom. So we're keeping this angle. Now notice I'm not directly vertical. I'm leaning out just a little bit to keep tension on my arm, okay? Because if you come up here like this, you're not working on anything. You're just holding it up. So you come out forward, and you got a little bit of tension at the top, and then you come down, and you can reach all the way down, all the way into that stretch, and then come up all the way down. You want to go slow. You going slow on the way down, and then you're gonna explode on the way up. Okay? That'll create some power. And the weight's gonna wanna stay in that spot. So if you explode out of the bottom, it creates more tension, and that's gonna create more muscle growth. Right? Now that's the 5s. I use the 8s to warm up, so we're gonna, I can feel it. So this is basically it. You're gonna do this, and now that we've warmed up, let's say the 8s is where you're working, you're gonna go for 12 reps. This is 2, right? Notice how I'm going slow on the way down, but I'm going faster on the way up, okay? You're gonna do that with all of these shoulder exercises. You're not gonna just go like this. This isn't gonna do the same thing. You're also not gonna do this and then come slowly out. You don't wanna do that. It's slow on the way down, explode out of the bottom. Create that tension in the stretch position, okay? So, once you hit 12, okay, that's 1 set. And if every rep looks exactly the same, except for as you reach failure, it's slowing down, then you know you're doing a good job. Do not sacrifice form or technique just to get the rep. If you fail at 10, that's fine, you fail at 10. If you fail at 8, that's fine, you fail at 8. Failure is defined as your technique and your routine and your rep looks the same, and it just slows down. It's harder to get up there. It might take you a few seconds. It can take anywhere up to 3 seconds to get to the top. But don't worry about that. You're just gonna switch to the other side. Once you do 3 sets, in the beginning you start at 3 sets. 3 sets of whatever you get, okay? Somewhere between 8 reps and 15 reps is good. Getting higher towards the 15, it's harder to see where failure is, so you wanna stay around 12, but like 8 to 12 reps. For shoulders, okay? Then when you switch to the other side, right? You're gonna do the other side too. You're gonna lay on your body, and you're gonna stretch all the way across, and you're gonna explode out of the bottom. And remember, you're not going straight up and down. You're going out on a 45 degree, because you're going to keep tension on the rear delt. You want to explode out of the bottom, remember that. And you're reaching out as far as you can. Alright? Those are for your rear delts, that's your first ones. After that, you're going to grab your dumbbells. Obviously, you need 2 of the same dumbbells. And once they're cooked, once you do 3 sets of those rear delts on each side, once they're cooked, you're gonna sit down, you're gonna reach behind your legs like this, and you're gonna put your chest up, and you're gonna turn your hands overhand like this, okay? Overhand like this. Let me show you, like sitting like this. Sit down, chest up, reach underneath, and bring them up like this, like you're pouring out some drinks, okay? Don't swing. Okay, and just keep doing this. Do 3 sets of this, and look, if the dumbbells you were using are too light, get something heavier. Okay, those are the 5s. If you gotta go to the 8s, go to the 8s. If you gotta go to 10s, go to the 10s. But you still need to have good form. You need to explode out of the bottom, and you need to be able to go slow on the way down. If you're not checking those boxes, maybe reduce the weight. The next thing I'm going to show you is your side laterals. You see a lot of, back up. You see a lot of people will go, look at the camera. My whole body's got to be in the camera. All right. A lot of people do them like this. That's fine. You can even do full ROM where you come all the way up. Some people like that. I don't like that. I do them like this. This is how I do them. Okay. This is how I do my side laterals. But the most effective way to do your side laterals, unfortunately, is one at a time. And you see how I'm angled down like this? Now there's plenty of tension at the bottom. I'm going to reach for my feet, reach all the way down to my feet, drop the shoulder, and come out and just contract the shoulder muscle. And it's going to get a lot harder as you go up to the top too, because you're going into that shortened position. You lose leverage. Okay, so this is how you're going to do it. Keep the dumbbells flat. Maybe pinkies high. A lot of people like to do pinkies high. Get a little bit more rear delts in it. Okay, chest up. Explode out of the bottom. Like I said, you might need to use 5 pounds with this. You might be able to get away with 8 pounds. I don't know how strong your shoulders are. I use 5 pounds when I'm doing this, and it works great. Once you're warmed up and you get a little stronger in the routine, you can jump up. But remember, keep the form good. If you start popping and locking, your shoulders start cracking, maybe something's wrong with your form. Don't let it keep cracking and popping. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you the dumbbell front raises. Now, you can just sit like this and you can just do your dumbbell front raises, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I like to push my chest up a little bit more, stand up and lean back a little like this, because now you can see my dumbbells. I look stupid, but my dumbbells are my dumbbells.
You call me?
No, I might look stupid, but my front delts are I might look stupid, but my front delts are in a stretched position. So chest up, shoulders back, and then a little bit of a lean at the hips, and you can bring them up. Keep the elbows bent a little bit, and it'll keep tension on the elbows at the bottom. It'll keep tension on the shoulders at the bottom. So pretty much just this. You can use a chair if you feel stupid doing this out in public, but this is how I do them. So just like that. Okay? And you're gonna start to feel it. If you don't feel it with the 5s, go up to the 10s, and once you're done with that, once you've done all of that, you're gonna come over here. You're gonna get yourself a weight that you can press, and you're gonna, no thumbs, you're gonna bring this weight up, you're gonna keep it out in front of you, elbows out to the side, and you're gonna come as low as you can, and you're just gonna push up. You're gonna do some shoulder press, okay? Standing overhead press is very good for front delt work and very good for tricep work, so you get a little bit of tricep in there too, okay? If you lean back extreme, you can get a little bit of upper chest as well, okay? And that's it for now. I'll go through the list later, and I'll make some more examples for you on how to get the best results from these exercises, all right? Stay jacked.